Hello, it's Sarah Divinely You here for Astrology and Energies, and I am going to be talking about transits that are occurring around the February 10th, Friday the 10th, and Saturday, February 11th, and the effects that will occur because of these transits moving forward. So this might seem very broad, and it's also very like zoned in and zeroed in. So Friday we have Mercury in Capricorn conjunct Pluto in Capricorn, and then we will have Mercury move into Aquarius, and then Pluto will hit the 29th final degree of Capricorn. Okay, so Pluto is the planet of death and rebirth. It's transformation. Mercury is a trickster. It's mental. Communication and all of the things. So Mercury moving into Aquarius, which is an intellectual sign. So it's going to be a lot of, thinking and processing internally and within ourselves. Pluto moving to that 29th degree of Capricorn, and it's going to stay there from February 11th until March 23rd when it moves into Aquarius. So this could be game changing in many, many ways. We also have some big relationship transits coming up next week. We have Venus going to conjunct Neptune in Pisces, and the Sun going to conjunct Saturn in Aquarius. And so lots of activity going on between these three signs: Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. And why this is important is if we are very connected to the external world, things that are happening outside of us, the events that are happening in the global world, circumstances that are occurring within systems and structures, they're going to start falling apart more rapidly as we finish Pluto in Pluto in Capricorn. So why is this important? Because when we are focused on external stuff, external circumstances, external events, external happenings, we are avoiding ourselves, and we kind of we get to a point where we sort of require that external validation or those external systems or those external structures to determine how we do in our lives or how we be in our lives. And as we move closer to Pluto in Aquarius starting in March, we're really called to go within and think for ourselves and be for ourselves and be our unique self. You may already, I know for me, I'm already starting to feel the Pluto moving into Aquarius. I've been feeling it for a long time, and maybe you have too, and you just didn't know it because you don't follow astrology, which is completely fine, but certainly you are aware that things are rapidly changing, and it's going to speed up this second half of February and the first part of March, as we inch closer towards these massive changes in energy. Capricorn is leadership, it's ambition, it's goals, it's structures, it's governments, and things like that. Whereas Aquarius is be unique, be yourself, be your individual self, and bring that back to the collective, capitalizing on your talents, your gifts, your creativity, what you have to offer for this world. And so it's going to be a very, very different energy with a planet that represents transformation moving between these two signs. And so the beautiful part is that I already see individuals in my own circle already making choices and making leaps and bounds towards, making their own choices and being more creative and, being who they want to be in their life. But I also see and hear a lot of people in, still living in fear, or still, uh, tapped into that external judgment or those external expectations of how it's going to go in the world. And so this is going to seem very practical, but tune it out. Tune out the external stuff. If you were to ask me about current events, I don't really know what's going on. I'm not paying attention. I'm very in my own creative land. I'm, working on daily videos. I'm working on content. I'm writing, having my own transformation with my clothes, with my jewelry, working on other things with regards to my own personal transformation. And this is what Aquarius desires for humanity. We still have Uranus very much at play here in Taurus. Taurus being fixed Earth, and so Uranus being there really wants us to connect with our earthly self, right? Whatever that looks like for you. Maybe that means that you are going to remodel your house. Maybe that means you're going to remodel yourself, changing up your wardrobe, changing up your hair, being the bold one. Maybe you're going to write something boldly, paint or draw or whatever it is. And so, and also developing those earthly necessary needed skills like carpentry, like, architecture, or welding, manufacturing skills, things like that. Those are the things that, even farming, in many capacities are what is necessary for us to be a part of this earth, right? Comfortably, is, having people that are skilled in those labors. And so you may already be noticing it in your own world, and you may notice that if you are kind of not allowing this shift or this change to happen, that your world is getting harder to be in, or you're feeling the struggle, or the suffering of, this sucks. It sucks if you resist it. I hear about stubbornness. I'm so stubborn. No, you're resistant. Stubbornness is resistance. It's resistance to change. It's resistance to whatever it is that you're not wanting to try something new. And Aquarius is kind of going to demand that. So the universe is aligning for us to grow individually. It is aligning for us to grow as a community and helping each other out, and being there for each other. And the way to do that is to really dive in. This Mercury going into Aquarius is really an invitation to, get into your own mind, get into your own mental space, and really kind of close your eyes and tune in to the world from your mind. Tune into what your mind is really up to. Is this job, relationship, living situation? Is this wardrobe? Is this vehicle? Is this whatever really what you want? Or is something else going to light you up and bring you joy? And if something else is going to do that, start making steps little by little by little. It does not have to happen overnight. It will not happen overnight. Pluto will be in this 29th degree for a month, a little over a month and like 10 days ish. And then when it moves into Aquarius, it's going to dip into Aquarius. It's going to dip back into Capricorn. And then it will dip in next year in 2024. And it's going to stay there until 2044. So we got 20 years. We have 20 years. This is not going to be a fast transition whatsoever. However, if you're feeling it, what I'm inviting you to do is, if you're already tuning in, if you're already feeling the nudge, the urge, the desire to make changes, be with that, embrace that, embody it, have it come into fruition, and allow it to, shift your whole life. And for, I think, a lot of people, that's very scary. It's very fearful because they don't want to change their whole life. And that is okay, but the universe is going to tell you otherwise. The universe is really, the astrology is really wanting you to make this transformation. And I would like to remind you from my own truth about Divinely You and how it came to being, is that we are all here in this time and in this space for a divine purpose. We are here to be a part of this transformation for ourselves and for this collective and for this planet. So if you, I mean, this is where it can get kind of dark, is that the people who are not ready or unwilling to take part in this particular transformation may feel done on this planet. And I don't mean that in a sorrowful way. I just mean that we have to respect that there are souls, that there are people who may be in our family, who may be in our circle, who are choosing to be done, that they don't want to change. They're very, they lived the life that they wanted to live, how they wanted to live it, and now they're going to say goodbye and they're going to be done. If you are stuck, if you're mentally feeling sad, blue, depressed, all of those things, I strongly encourage you to reach out for support, however that looks for you, whether that's a counselor, a social worker, a therapist, a coach, a spiritual guide, maybe it's your priest or otherwise. I guess if you go to a priest, you probably aren't listening to an astrology video on YouTube, but maybe you are because you like me. That's cool too. But I do strongly encourage that if you are struggling at all, if you are feeling like you want to make the change, but you just don't know how, I really encourage you to seek support in whatever way that looks like. I think one of the biggest reasons that people are feeling so mentally out of sorts is they're not being supported in whatever way they need. We have this is another thing that I hope goes away. We have a stigma around, being supported or getting counseling or whatever. But I'm here to tell you it's okay to get supported, get counseling. Just from my own experience, like I've had moments in life where I have wanted to stop, I've wanted to end it. And that's when having a counselor, a social worker, a coach, people who can hear you say, I need help. And that is going to be very important as this change starts to sort of unfold, because in order for things to change, things have to unravel. And so there will be like a devastating to some people. To some people, it'll be very devastating because the last couple of years has been devastating. And now it's going to kind of amplify in a different way to bring us to a different point. And there are some of us who are very excited, who really want this change for humanity, who really want this evolution. There are definitely people who don't want this to happen. And I respect all sides. And I want to honor all humans and everyone who's going through whatever they're going through. But I do strongly encourage you to, get support where you need it. Even if it's just to vent, scream, yell, cry, all of the things like, oh, I can't believe this is happening. It's happening. And it's happening for all of us. I'd also like to say that none of us is alone. We are all feeling some part of this affecting our day-to-day life, our living situations, our relationships. We are all feeling it in some capacity, but I understand feeling very alone. I definitely feel alone in my own world sometimes and have to reach out and, say, hey, I need to just say that, I'm okay, I'm having fun, but do you even see me out there? So we're all going through some part of this in a big way. So you're not alone, even if it feels like you are. So anyway, so that's what's happening this weekend. This is big energy. It may feel very heavy. It also may feel very exhausting, but it's also like everything's forward. So it's amped up, right? The forward momentum, the desire and the will to be courageous, all of it is amped up. And while that can be good because it's like full steam ahead, all systems go, it can also feel exhausting because it's overwhelming. Like that's for me, a lot of it is I get very overwhelmed by like, all the energy's there and I don't know what to do with it. Okay. So do things like make lists. And I do mean like teeny tiny lists, like I need to pack my lunch, I need to prepare dinner, I need to do the laundry, even if it's like I need to wash towels today. Do the little things. Today I need to record 2 videos. Today I need to do XYZ. And by this date, I need to have this done, and make them very small, very precise. That tends to help some people a lot if they break it down super simple, step by step. And that kind of will ease a little bit of that overwhelm. But if you really are feeling overwhelmed, again, that's where getting support through all of this can come in handy. So I hope you find this helpful. I'm sending you so much love and peace and comfort, and all the compassion. And please feel free to reach out if you need support. I definitely, support a lot of people, online and via phone calls and things like that. And so I do have a coaching background, combined with the astrology, combined with the spiritual work I do. And so I am, open to, hearing from people. So you can catch me on Instagram, on TikTok, Sarah Divinely You on those platforms. And yeah, so I hope you're enjoying the Star Trek Next Gen Tarot as much as I am. Thank you so much for sharing them, for liking them. I am having a blast creating them. And I thank you for tuning into this video. I hope it was helpful. I'm sending you all the best. See you next time. Good stop.